In this 4-part series, get an inside look on the making of one of the most anticipated titles in gaming history. This is Inside Assassin's Creed 3.
Something we really wanted to emphasize was the sheer brutality of combat in the period.
We've all seen the paintings of the Revolution, and death is glorified, death is angelic, but it wasn't that way on the battlefield. It was a brutal conflict.
It feels that you're constantly going through dynamic fights, and that's not something technically we could do in the past. So it was like a personal challenge on the team to say, no, I think we can do this. These armies are filled with different types of weapons. So, you have everything from muskets, you have grenadiers, you have guys with boarding axes.
Being shot by a musket would be an awfully painful way to go. The caliber size of the ball was at least 3 or 4 times as large as anything that any modern military is using today.
After the muskets were discharged, they would charge with their bayonets, what basically is a giant spear, and he has every intention of running that through you.
They would shoot and then they would march, and that hand-to-hand combat was really brutal. And whether it's people using a bayonet affixed on the end of a musket, a small hatchet, this is a kind of killing that is very mano a mano.
All the animations, all the weapons are brand new.
It was interesting to start on a new style of fighting that is much more close and aggressive.
Connor's favorite weapon is the tomahawk, obviously super deadly in hand-to-hand combat. Also the bow and arrow. It fits with his native heritage and it's lethal.
The rogue dart, it's a real accurate Chinese tool that we found the references for that period as well. He can use it from the ground, so he can bring the enemy towards him. It gives him the ability, for example, on a tree, to hang someone from above. In Assassin's Creed 3, the one thing that we decided to do is to revamp the fight system from scratch.
We wanted the skill in the combat in the game to be about transitioning from character to character by choosing the right moves, by performing them correctly. It allows you to basically mow your way through large numbers of people if you're good enough without stopping.
What do you do if you go into a bunch of guys with muskets and they try and shoot you? So we had to figure out, can you dodge them? Can you run away? And we've added all these options, but our big one is the meat shield, where you can grab a guy and he gets shot instead. Our mocap guys are stuntmen. We spend a long time with them rehearsing and figuring out exactly what would be the greatest choreography. We had to go through, like multiple people.
Connor is trained in a very different style of fighting to the British soldiers.
The close quarters flow of the combat that's happening between the punches, the kicks, and everything else is indicative of what happens in the real world.
I'm very impressed by the moves that they do. It's cool to see push kicks and axe kicks and different sort of takedowns that are done correctly and very believable when they're done.
Right hand, right. Punch to the face, boom, to the throat, to the groin, finish with boom.
This is something new for us that we're really proud of. It's fast, it's fluid, and you go through these guys like butter.
Connor is essentially the first guerrilla fighter. He's someone whose goal is always to move behind enemy lines, to pick off his target, and to escape.
Employing guerrilla tactics, or what we now know today as asymmetric warfare, was something that truly was a component of the American Revolution.
They learned what we would think was guerrilla-style warfare. You sort of hit quickly and then disappear.
American tactics were really frowned upon by the British because the Americans did adapt the tactics that were used by the Native Americans from the French and Indian War.
The first big battle at Lexington and Concord takes place on a New England town green. And as the soldiers march back to Boston, they are marching along a dirt road lined by stone. You know, it's not the most effective strategy, wearing your bright red coat and march through the woods while some farmers...
The Americans brought a tactic that they couldn't really cope with, took it away from the battlefield, and they started guerrilla tactics.
Next time on Inside Assassin's Creed 3, the hero behind the war.
Connor is the hero of the American Revolution. He's a bit more like Dirty Harry.
Connor is the current-day Special Forces soldier. Silent, stealthy.
He's fighting for freedom, and he's fighting against tyranny.
In this 4-part series, get an inside look on the making of one of the most anticipated titles in gaming history. Inside Assassin's Creed 3.
Connor is the brand new hero in the game. He's a brand new assassin. He's half Native American, half European. We wanted to build that base conflict into his background.
Why are you here?
When he begins his journey, he has a very clear sense of what is right and what is wrong. He is forever motivated by a desire to do the right thing.
Commander, Connor.
He's fighting for freedom, and he's fighting against tyranny.
You as Connor, as the assassin, are the critical part of the American Revolution.
The way that we wanted to deal with the historical figures was for you to meet them sort of over the course of your journey in a way in which the history books wouldn't normally portray them.
General Putnam.
Many of the founders were very tough individuals. Many of them were the equivalent of the modern badass.
Our founding fathers were very hard, disciplined, dedicated individuals who wanted freedom, who wanted liberty, who wanted to express themselves their own way and not be controlled.
These founding fathers were comfortable with war, and they were warriors.
Do not fire until you see the whites of their eyes.
Connor doesn't know much of the European ways at first, and then he gets to learn about these guys, these heroic figures. So for Washington, for instance, he sees that very strong guy, and Connor believes in him.
Connor is moving in and out of both the Revolution and the rest of the history. Whenever he sees conflict between two groups, he takes the side of the greater good.
We've been working very closely with the Mohawk consultant on values as well on language.
We are Gunyet Gahaga. Gunyet Gahaga means the people of the Flint.
Agorateka, you're doing great.
And our language is called Gunyet Geha.
Every time that he's with his people or in his village, they speak the language, which I think is really cool.
Connor, as a Native American character, is very familiar with Native American war clubs, with the tomahawk, with the bow.
He's got a very refined sense of hunting and tracking. He's been raised with the ability to navigate this environment.
Connor has a lot of his ancestry's strength from the Mohawks. He's strong, he's agile, he's able to run in the wood very quickly. It's really his nature, that's really his home.
We had so many different versions of Connor, and he started off really slim, and then we bulked him up by adding fur and cloaks and all these things.
Instead of this thin, lean assassin, like, he fills out his coat. He's just a warrior in every sense.
The animation team has built over an hour of new animations just for Connor alone.
We started by looking at lots of military moves and even traditional ones of how you would fight with a tomahawk. We looked at that and we just thought it wasn't awesome enough. So we went really brutal, and it wasn't just throwing in blood.
We put a lot of time into the navigation elements, and we've completely redone our climb system. We really wanted it to be much more organic.
There's so much variety in what he can climb and how he can do it.
Connor moves are directly inspired by parkour.
Parkour is basically all about efficiency of movement, the quickest manner from point A to point B. When you see specific parkour movements, Connor doing a lazy vault or a dive roll, the movements themselves are very accurate. Connor moves in the game like I want to move in real life.
We wanted Connor to be a dual-handed specialist, so basically he's ambidextrous. He can fight with both hands.
When he lands, the ground shakes. And when he fights, people are getting knocked left, right, and center. He's very brutal.
He is battle-driven. He's brutality, and he's the type of assassin who comes up and kills. The
soldiers were not really able to go up against Connor. Connor's a killing machine. He's a ninja and a tank with a Wolverine in there.
Next time on Inside Assassin's Creed 3, America by Land and Sea.
You control the sea and you control the conflict.
What's new about Assassin's Creed 3? Obviously new cities with New York and Boston.
It was a gamble every year that you were out on the frontier, whether you're going to make it or not.
In this 4-part series, get an inside look on the making of one of the most anticipated titles in gaming history. This is Inside Assassin's Creed 3.
Ever since Europeans arrived in North America, they had been involved in shipping goods back and forth across the Atlantic Ocean. In order to make this economic system work, the British tried to control the goods that are going to the colonies. And it was those goods coming back and forth which made a few places on eastern North America important.
Whether it's the Boston Tea Party or the Boston Massacre. Fire! We have these big historical events that we can situate our game around. All of these events that people have a rough understanding of, but they're really never experienced.
We had to go back and get our historian to find us accurate maps from the era of what Boston and New York looked like. These are actual replicas of the cities.
If you're familiar with those cities, you should have that sort of eerie feeling of finding familiar sights.
We really wanted to push the animations and just make it look like it's a real living world.
As you walk through the crowd, you'll also see animals in the streets.
They would have a pig, they just clip his ear in a certain way, and they'd let him go in the street. And then he'd eat garbage, and then when it was time to eat the pig, you'd go and find your pig, and you'd slaughter it and eat your pig.
We've got a lot of new ingredients that just bring a new, fresh feeling to the gameplay inside of the cities.
We have these great new stalking zones that you're going to find throughout the cities. It's a great way for you to remain hidden from your enemies and actually be able to sneak up to them so that you could assassinate.
We've got this amazing dynamic weather system in, so we can see not just the time of day passing, but also going in and seeing the same environments not just in the summer, but in the winter as well.
Even though it's a much more condensed area in the city, you actually have to be more careful.
There will be carts moving past, so as you're running along the buildings, escaping some snipers, you'll be able to just dive off into a hay cart that's driving past. You'll be able to jump out of that, free run quickly through the streets, through a building, and jump out the other side. See people inside freaking out as you run past through their kitchen.
Living on the frontier was extremely difficult. Not only did you have harsh winters, cold, freezing temperatures, in the summer you had heat, humidity, so it was a gamble every year that you were out on the frontier, whether you're going to make it or not.
For AC3, the biggest difference is just having access to the frontier. So this huge wilderness area that you can sort of explore at your own pace.
It's a forest, the navigation in a very new environment, in a very organic environment as well.
In the frontier, you'll be able to navigate through deep snow, but also snow does impact your gameplay. It will slow down you as well as your enemies.
Once we decided that we were going to build the frontier, we realized obviously we need to populate that area. So animals became a very big deal. We have over 24 different species of animals in the game. There's an entire hunting loop that you can engage in. Whenever you're building elements such as animals, you're halfway trying to be real and halfway trying to fulfill that fantasy of what people expect.
One of the great new features we have in the frontier is the new tree running. Connor being really fluid and being able to navigate through the trees. The frontier is really our new playground.
This war at sea was truly a global war and involved not only the British, but the French and the Spanish and the Dutch.
Naval engagement of that period was all about closing the distance.
Boarding is the end game. You've got to be able to close with the enemy, get alongside, then get on board to steal his ship. You want to take that ship intact if you can, because that's where you get your prize. The prize is whatever is on that ship that you want. Naval warfare was absolutely decisive to success in the American Revolution. Commerce comes by sea, at the same time invaders come by sea. You control the sea and you control the conflict.
It's a huge part of the historical period. The revolution is won pretty much at Yorktown by a blockade of ships.
You know, we can't ignore this part of the history. This is critical. This is something that we have to do. We started a whole team up just to specifically focus on the naval experience.
Naval combat has been a huge challenge. The technology of the wind, the water simulation has been a massive undertaking for the team.
Initially, we didn't even think it was feasible because it's a big moving structure.
It's a full simulation on high seas where Connor is controlling a ship. He's controlling a crew as well, so he's kind of the master and commander on the ship.
Very exciting. I mean, you are on a moving vessel that is very much part of the sea itself.
This is something that we wanted to engage in and build for the game.
That was a huge challenge that we set ourselves and actually turned out pretty good.
If you haven't played any Assassin's Creed games before, we really think this is a great point to get on board.
It is a new story, it is a new character.
This team is full of people who love making Assassin's Creed, who are delivering just an astoundingly polished and fun experience. As a creator, nothing gets better.
To be frank, it just looks great. Seeing all of this coming together at the end, it's amazing.
For new fans, really, this is about as good as it gets. It's by far the biggest and best Assassins yet.
Okay, no problem. I'm just starting up officially. Just give me 2 seconds. Champ. You saw that, right? Okay. So this is the single player. Look at this for a DLC. It's called The Tyranny of King Washington. In this DLC, President Washington, George Washington, actually establishes a monarchy in America, and he himself becomes a tyrant. So it's kind of interesting that. But in this game, there's a campaign story mode. He's a good guy. Tyranny of Chunkington. Stop. Okay. So let's start up. Just waiting for it to load. Ignore this guy. He's, in my opinion, a pretty insignificant character. So this is Haytham Kenway, who's basically the main protagonist in the game, his dad. But at the minute we're playing as him. So I recently bought a flintlock and a cutlass, a gentleman's weapon. So I've got a flintlock pistol, short range, rate of fire 2, long range. So that's giving me its stats. The games in this, the controls in this game is pretty hard to get used to. Hidden blade. Yes. Right now, I got my hand on my gun. You could gamble as well, but he's very much a gentleman's gentleman. Even when he fights, he's pretty, like, refined, shall we say. Okay, watch this prick talk. Let's see, start mission. Animus. Committees of correspondence. Oh yeah, the Animus. So this is like basically a database. There's so much reading in this game and the other previous games. Since the American Revolution happened in the dark ages, before there was the internet, even before telephones, organizing colonial opposition to the British was a little tricky. I don't want to make you cry, but these clowns didn't even dial up. The solution was to send out riders bearing letters to inform colonists known as committees of correspondence. Correspondence being a fancy name for letters. If you did not know this, I am amazed you have even read this far. Actually, I'm amazed you can even read this far. Fucking hell, asshole. The guy who writes these is kind of funny. Yeah, it is. It's for historical nerds and artistic nerds and literature nerds. Samuel Adams created one of the first committees of correspondence in Boston in 1772. In particular, he wanted to keep people outside of Boston informed about time, so the governor couldn't invite only his friends to the meetings. That would be less of a meeting and more of a dinner party. Rather unsurprisingly, the Adams Committee worked so well that everyone started doing it. Eventually, all of the colonies had their own committees focusing on presenting a united front against British imposed taxes and supporting boycotts of British goods. Really, Adams should have patented the idea. He could have made a fortune. Okay. These are items. Check this out. Ships. You can also pilot ships. The Providence. Oh, that was the ship that you'd be sailing. Ship was built. And a lot of these characters actually are based on, because we've met Benjamin Franklin just before. Pretty nice dude. I like how like some of the characters are real life people in history. Recent entries. Yeah, see, Benny Frank. let me just draw my weapon so you can see. My cutlass, sheath. Oh, you can pet animals in this game. Pet Chunk. Yeah, chunky boy, baby. It's just like Red Dead in the way. Schmud. Wolfie Chunk. This is the gun. This is the gun. Did I say gun? Why can't I draw the gun? Look. Oh, there's a cat. You can't pet the cats, but you can let them brush past you.
While expressing sincere condolences to the Brown family, would like to remind the city youth not to play near the manufacturing.
And those are my hidden blades. Horse whistle, throw money, flintlock pistol.
Dilettantes, amateurs and the curious public. Toby Locke's son Jeffrey.
What, I can't draw my pistol now? How fucking stupid is this?
Straight tomorrow by
Can't control this game properly, man.
his latest giant net for the entrapment of plummeting objects. The news of our times in today's Boston Week.
So these are weapons and that's a tool? It's classed as a tool? That's weird. Oh, there we go. You have to pull it out like a dick.
Following a recent spate of accidents, a new bylaw will enforce annual roof inspections by qualified craftsmen throughout the city.
Chunk.
The French commander de Jumonville has been killed.
Why is no one actually like alarmed that I've got a weapon drawn in the middle of this town? We're in Boston, by the way, in case you're interested. Okay, put the weapon back, arsehole. Pressing every button. Yeah.
There will be a presentation of the latest sacred choral works from several Vienna-based.
Well, it is the Americans. Anyway, let me mount my horse.
We ride for the Green Dragon Tavern. The proprietors are eccentric, but the rooms are spacious and they do not pry.
Have you been told why it is I've come to Boston?
No, Master Birch said I should know only as much as you saw fit to share. He sent me a list of names and bade me ensure you could find them.
And have you had any luck with that?
Aye. William Johnson waits for us at the Green Dragon.
How well do you know him?
Yes.
Not well, but he saw the order's mark and did not hesitate to come.
Prove yourself loyal to our cause. And you may yet know our plans as well.
I should like nothing more, sir.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. Why would you come in front of the horse? Move, man. That's my way of getting rid of you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Charles Lee greets him and gives him a tour of the city. Not much of a tour. New weapons available. Hanger sword. Oh, well, of course. I don't have any money though. I can just rob people's horses. This game is a lot more simplistic than RDR2, but it is previous gen, so it's a good thing.
You lying, cheating, no good son of a bitch.
Perhaps we've come at a bad time.
Oh, don't be foolish, dearies. Please, sit. Fancy something to eat? A drink, perhaps? Or is it a bed you require?
We've already let rooms here.
Oh, yes. Of course. Masters Lee and Kenway, was it? I'll have your bags brought up. Do you require anything further?
Only privacy.
In other words,
this way.
Fuck off, me. Are you watching this on your phone?
Sir, William Johnson.
A pleasure.
William Johnson.
A good lad, if a bit earnest. Putting together an expedition.
We believe there's a precursor site in the region. I require your knowledge of the land and its people to find it.
Sadly, my research has been stolen. Without it, I'm of no use to you.
Then we'll find it. Do you have any leads?
My associate, Thomas Hickey, has been making the rounds. He's quite good at loosening tongues.
Well, tell me where I can find him. I'll see if I can't speed things up.
We've heard rumors of bandits operating from a compound southwest of here. You'll likely find him there.
Charles?
Sir.
We'd best be off.
Of course.
We best be off, yes. Fucking pompous British fox, yes. Hello? Thomas Hickey. Check these names out, man. Is there someone we can speak to? Else, of course. Yes. Follow Charles Lee. What say you, Charles? Ah, the country. Someone. Hey, boy. Good boy. He's a good chunk. So the red coats are basically the British. I shall shoot them if they come any closer.
Thomas Hickey?
Who's asking?
Haytham Kenway.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Show some respect, boy.
Peace, Charles. William Johnson sent us in the hopes we might expedite your search.
I don't need no expediting. Don't need none of your fancy London speak neither. I found the men that done the theft.
Then why are you just lazing around?
Figuring out how to deal with those varlets.
I have an idea.
We shall engage them in combat.
I'll kill the lookout. Take up a position behind the guard.
Oh, well,
you
same
two
thing.
approach from the front. When I open fire on the group, you charge in. We'll have the element of surprise on our side. Half will fall before they've even realized what's happened.
Yeah, a little bit. Yes. At this distance I shall cause tremendous damage.
Get into position. But wait.
They take ages to die with these guns. Flintlocks for you. Look at him reloading. Look at him. Oh, great. Oh, can I not pick up his gun? I can still loot, can't I? Yes, RDR style. How the fuck have they not been like sued? Pick up weapon. That is definitely happening, mate. Thank you. Look at the size of these rifles. Good grief. With the bayonet. Yes, I shall find myself a vantage point.
Go on now, before you make us mad.
Wait, why couldn't I use... Huh? I had a freaking rifle, mate.
Go on now, before you make us mad.
You two, clear off.
Nice. Headshot incoming. Alright, 10 minutes to reload. Nice. Oh, where the hell did the guys go? Oh, they're all down. Sweet. Nah, seeing as I'm a gentleman, I'd walk, I won't run. It's not very gentlemanly of me to be this far back. Yes. If you're gonna dress like a pompous swan, you might as well walk like one. Look at them. No rush all the time in the effing world. Are these enemies? Enemies! Oh shit. Oh. Better get out the freaking cutlass. Fuck. Crap. I can't fight all of these at once. This is why you need a good weapon. Alright, wait there, hold on. Yes. Now we'll see. Look at this. Sexy, isn't it? Haha. Days are numbered now. Ooh, cold. Yeah, that's how you fight.
Fall back! Fall back! We'll be safe inside!
What now? We can blow the door with those. Go on, shoot them.
But all of them. Would any of you asswipes like to hand me a gun then, seeing as I'm the one who's gonna aim? Fucking making me use my flintlock.
On with the show then.
Where is everyone?
Guess they wasn't so safe inside after all.
No. Swap weapon? They all look the freaking same to me.
Save your looting for after we found Johnson's research.
Yes, master.
They're all like old school flintlock rifles, of course.
Lay down your weapons, and I'll consider letting you live.
I make you the same offer. We've no quarrel. I only wish to return this chest to its rightful owner.
Nothing rightful about Mr. Johnson.
I won't ask again.
Agreed.
Well, dang. Oh crap. Oh, he did a suplex on him? Wow. That was sick.
Your kind has no need for books and maps. Who put you up to this?
Never seen a person. It's always been dead drops and letters. But they always pay, so we do the jobs.
Well, those days are done. Tell your masters I said as much.
Damn.
Who should I say you are?
You don't? They'll know.
That's badass though.
Atham, this one's got some shot on him. You might want to be grabbing it on account of your pistol being parched.
A shame so many had to die.
Aye. Terrible tragedy, that.
Yeah. But we might as well loot their bodies, innit? So how do I do that? Right.
Back to the Green Dragon then. I need a drink.
Actually, I take back what I said. I think the original Assassin's Creed let you loot bodies to begin with, so it wasn't like they were plagiarizing.
Don't let go of the chest, Charles.
Red Dead.
We'll take care of this rabble.
Shit. Bayonets.
Them bodies is sure to have loot on them. Would be a shame to let it all go to waste.
Are you mad? In case you've forgotten, we're in the midst of something.
Hey, I'm skimp, man. I need money. So looting dead bodies is what I shall do. Thank you. 13 bucks. Come on, that's a lot of money. In those days, that's a lot of money. Hell, more than you get if you loot bodies in RDR2. And that was like at least a good 100 years plus. You think inflation doesn't exist? Inflation exists, man. Oh crap. They're getting flipping ambushed. Where is my weapon? How the hell do I draw the pistol? So yeah, it only exists when it feels like existing. Is that how? Is that the weapon system in this game? So stupid. I guess you guys didn't need me. Sorry, it took a year. Okay, at least I can pick this up. I missed. Right, one more guy. Headshot coming. I missed. Damn. This is stupid. Look how much it takes for him to freaking reload that muzzle. Oh. Come on, get a nice little headshot. Splat, bitch.
Come on now. It's just a few fools with knives. They ain't so tough.
It's not the scoundrels I'm concerned with.
Oh, they have health bars? Shit, I can't be doing this all day then. Hey, wait up, assholes. Shit, come on. Crap. Yeah, bitch.
Quit your crying, I'm coming.
Wait, who the hell is the enemy here? Oh, I did a good guess, okay. They all look the same with the freaking uniform. I am so shit at this game. But then again, AC has always been known for having really awkward controls. Oh, they're on the fucking roof, of course. He's gonna get one right in his back. Right in the dick.
The last.
Alright, might as well get the coins. Coinage, please. 11 bucks. Why, thank you so much. Can I pet the sheep? Please? Sheep? Sheepy, sheepy, sheepy? Yay! Sheep! Yeah, you're gonna get some too. Sheepy babies. My sheepies. Sheepies. Sheepy baby. Sheep. Cute baby. Okay. Yes. Sheep
Oi,
chunk.
Mr. Johnson's gonna need to double my pay after all this if he expects me to keep at his side.
Ugh. At least you got to see some action, huh?
There you are.
My thanks, Master Kenway. Now, tell me what it is you need.
The images on this amulet, are they familiar to you? Perhaps one of the tribes has shown you something similar.
It appears Kanyan Gahaga in origin.
Can you trace it to a specific location? I need to know where it came from.
With my research returned, perhaps. Let me see what I can do. Thomas!
What?
Rent
What?
yourself a room. And a bath as well.
You stink.
I suspect we'll be here for a while.
Stinky fucker. Right. Ah, yes. The warmth glow of a fireplace. Yeah, he's a stinky rat. So this is what we would call a tavern. Can I order some booze, please? No chunk drinkies. No, please. Hey, I deserve it. I killed so many fucking enemies back there. Look, redcoats. These guys with the big hats are like the leaders. British regulars. Let's have a look. British regulars were the foot soldiers of the British Army. You'll also hear them referred to decisively as redcoats. Yeah, because of their red coats they wear part of the uniforms. I bet you didn't see that coming. Or lobster backs because of their huge deadly pincers. Okay, or still because of the red coating. I can't remember which. Regulars in colonies were notoriously underpaid, and many looked for work outside of their army duties to make ends meet. Yeah, that's very true. Like foot soldiers like them, they were pretty much robbed by the Empire. Of course, their room and board was paid by the government, meaning they could charge lower than average rates for their work. Since unemployment was high in Boston before the Revolution, you can imagine this made the redcoats rather unpopular among people they were taking work from. That and their huge deadly pincers. Do you reckon I shoot one of them and make a break for it? Shit. Let's go, let's go. Wait, how the fuck do I run? Fuck. Oh, my horse? Crap, I've got to engage them all. What have I done? Alright. Gotta keep an eye out for anyone reloading. See, they've got guns, man. I can't just fight. Alright. Excuse me. The good thing is, I know parkour. Arthur didn't know parkour, but Haytham fucking Kenway does. Oh, sexy moves. Oh crap, they're all coming now. Well, at least I got a vantage point. You must be the big dick. The Grenadier. Alright, I feel comfortable. Now, what I should do is get out the line of attack. Bale of hay. Oh crap, he saw me. Run away. Come here, Chunky. Oh, stop shooting at the damn horse. Can't fight these guys. See that? Get in your bag, let's go. Funny. Is he pissing? Yeah, he's going to relieve himself. You're having a nice one there, bud. I'm gonna steal from you. You can steal in this game. That's the penalty for pissing on the street. Yeah, you should eat. You should eat. I think I'm gonna call it a day actually. I just wanted to play some games. At least we did one mission. Thanks for watching, hon. And you have a good time eating.